Today, a grateful nation paused to salute and honor 19 of its finest sons for their valiant service and ultimate sacrifice. Our Jimenita Swain is standing by in Rawson Square for the Defense Force's 43rd Annual Flamingo Memorial Service. Jimenita?
Good evening, Makushla, and good evening, Bahamas. I'm coming to you live from Rawson Square, where a special memorial service is underway, remembering the 4 fallen soldiers from the HMBS Flamingo incident. Joining me live to talk about that incident and the service is, of course, Lieutenant Commander Andrew Bowe, who was a part of RBDF's planning committee. Good evening, Lieutenant Commander.
Good evening, and good evening, Bahamas.
Now, how important is it to have a ceremony like this some 43 years later after the incident?
It's very important in terms of what we do, in terms of what this is all about. We're remembering some 43 years ago when the Defense Force was very young. In terms of the Flamingo incident, flagship went out 6 weeks after the formation of the Royal Bahamas Defense Force. And then we have this tragedy. And for 43 years since, we continue to build upon that in terms of remembering those great men who have served, and continue to serve. Some of them. Right now we have 11 survivors who are still alive, and we continue to put forward that this service in remembrance of them and for the country at large.
And obviously we have, or you have, as your motto, guarding our heritage, which is something that is very important. Now, we know usually this memorial service is held at HMBS Coral Harbor. Can you speak to us and let us know why the change to Rawson Square at this time?
I'd just like to say this is not the first time we have had this memorial service on Bay Street, but for this time, we want to connect this with the 50th year anniversary, and we want to bring it out to the bigger audience. Usually it's at the base, and we have the invited guests, but we want to make this so public and continue to sensitize the nation to this tragedy so we can continue to remember.
Well, there you have it, Lieutenant Commander Andrew Bowe. We're going to hear from the Prime Minister during the service, and we're going to also have a salute and, I guess, a display or a designation of flowers to remember the fallen at this time. But for now, I'm Jimenita Swain reporting from Rawson Square. Back to you in Studio Makushla.